Oh, so here we are again, the end of another year. It's kind of hard to think that 2024 is pretty much done. If you're a business owner, it really is done, and you're already well into thinking about how next year's going to work. So, everyone, thank you very much for coming today. This is our 2025 preview party and holiday celebration. Give yourselves a big hand for being here. It took a lot of effort, and I'm glad that you all made it. So a couple of people that we need to start off with recognizing. These are the people who helped make this event today possible. Our first one is Carol Blackman, real estate agent with eXp Realty, serving Indiana and Florida. And Julie Lane with Guild Mortgage, who many of you met coming in the door today. Let's give her a big hand for helping us make this event possible. So let's kind of recap what all happened this year, because there's quite a bit that has gone on. This year alone, we launched a second business spotlight, hosted over 100 networking groups and opportunities for entrepreneurs to get together. And I'm really proud of this one. Just a few weeks ago, we helped raise over $1,600 for the Warren Township Council of PTAs while promoting small business. And I'm really looking forward to what we're going to do next year as well. I also want to make sure to thank the Nexus Impact Center, the venue that we're meeting at today. So Nexus was very kind to help us rent this space here. And I really like it because it means it's a lot less equipment that we have to put together for an event. So the lights are already here, the screens are already here. All we have to do is bring the crowd, and that's each of you in this room. So I also want to thank Tom Coffey with Beyond Accounting. Tom's firm works with all CPAs, and that means that when you work with him, all you have to do is pick up the phone, and you're talking to the person that's handling your books, and that person, being a full CPA, can give you the best possible advice on what your business needs to do next and how to keep your hard-earned money out of the hands of the state and federal government. So there's a few people that help us make sure that these events come together. And I cannot thank all of them enough, because without these people, these events not only wouldn't be organized, but they probably wouldn't even happen. So the first person is Pavithri Kilgore with KPSK Consulting. Many of you met her at the door. Ray Mills with RM Media, who is recording this event today. That's him with the lightsaber there. Cindy Gardner with Hightower Graphics. You also likely met her at the door today checking in. Jamie Hopper, who hosts Business Spotlight with us and Keystone Business Connections. Let's give him a hand. John Cannon with My Car Doc, sitting there in the back. He's the guy who brought the Toys for Tots bin in today and is accepting donations. Let's give him a hand. And Marty Moran with White Hot Headshots, standing there in the back. He's been helping to capture pictures of our events throughout this year so that we have good content to put up on social media featuring all of you. So let's talk a little bit about what it is that we do and why it matters to small business owners. Each month we host on the north side of Indy here in Castleton, just a little ways down the street, second Friday of every month, we host an event called Business Spotlight. That event gives everybody who shows up the opportunity to take the microphone and to talk to the entire room for 45 seconds. That is your time to share what it is that your business does, who it is that you help, and help people want to take action and get in touch with you. Now, we limit it to 45 seconds of introduction because we typically think of an elevator pitch as 60 seconds. That's what we get used to. We take that 15 seconds off so that you have to cram the value of what it is you have to offer into that time. Because when that timer goes off, everyone in the room claps and you're done and we're on to the next person. But To help make it easy for everyone who attends, when you register in advance, we print out a paper booklet that includes the name and contact information for everyone else who registers. So when you hear somebody who is interesting and you want to follow up with them, you don't have to chase them down to get their business card. You can go back to your office or your home and compose your email or make the phone call in a more comfortable environment and get that follow-up going. We also have our business spotlight in Greenwood. Now, this will be the second year that we are hosting this event. We started that one back in January of this year, and ever since then, I am pleased to share that that event has built up, and now each month is drawing over 20 people in that room. So it is going to catch up here, I believe, in 2025 with our Northside event. And just like our original business spotlight, everyone gets that opportunity to share about your business, but in a new area. So you don't have to worry about driving all the way to Greenwood if you live up here. And if you live in Greenwood, you don't have to drive all the way to this side of town. Next, our monthly event, Connections and Conversation. This event is an afternoon, relaxed, open networking format. You show up as early as you want to come. You stay as long as you can. But in that time, you get to meet everyone else who comes into the event. There is no structured program. There's just some light refreshments and an opportunity to help connect with other entrepreneurs. And starting in January, we are launching a brand new event at Just Love Coffee and Carmel called Starting a Business Sucks. Now, why would anyone call an event by that name? Well, because, yeah, thank you, John. Because starting a business is frustrating. It can be lonely. It can make you question whether or not this is even something you want to do with your life. Why work 40 hours for someone else when you could work 80 hours for yourself? So, this event is going to be an opportunity to come together with other entrepreneurs and learn about the topics that small business owners everywhere want to bang their head against the table, want to rip up their paper, want to throw the computer out the window. No, come to this event and we're going to talk about those things so that you can get them accomplished and walk out that door more knowledgeable than you walked in. So in January, it's logical that we start with, how the heck do you even start your business? At what point do you get started? So this month, we're going to talk about the different types of business entities that exist, the difference between an LLC and a corporation. We'll also talk about why it's important to keep your personal finances and your business finances separated. And then the basics of how you can understand the prospect that's most likely to need your products or service. So this event will happen from 2:00 p.m. to 4:00 p.m. at Just Love Coffee in Carmel. Next, because we're always looking for engaging and fun speakers at our events, we are hosting open auditions at our office each quarter starting in February. What is this event? Well, if you have a presentation that you think is inspiring or offers value to small business owners, all you have to do is walk in the door. We'll get you hooked up with a microphone and stick you in front of a camera and let you go. And if that presentation is something that we believe offers value to our members and the small business community, you'll immediately be scheduled to speak at one of our events, whether it's a networking group or whether it's at something larger that we'll cover here in a little bit. So, many of you have been to our event throughout this year that we have called the Bright Ideas Show. The Bright Ideas Show is different from the traditional networking event in the way that everything we host in the daytime is about, give us your elevator pitch. Tell us who it is that you want to meet and what product or service do you provide. The Bright Ideas Show is, who are you as a human being? What are the experiences that you have had that shape who you are today? And we do that because every single person in this room has had something transpire in their life that would inspire other people when they're given the opportunity to share it. So the Bright Ideas Show returns in 2025 as a quarterly event right here in this room from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And what's new for this year, you'll have 3 speakers that are likely people you rub shoulders with at networking events every day, every week, but we're gonna cap it off with a speaker who has local notoriety. So I'm pleased to share that for our very first Bright Ideas Show of the new year in March, we are going to feature Howard Kellman, who is the voice of the Indianapolis Indians and will be just getting ready to start his 55th season as announcer for the Indianapolis Indians. And let me tell you this, he has an incredible story to share. So you do not want to miss that opportunity to hear it. So those are big networking events where we get as many people together as we can and hope you're able to get connected. But what if you really want to get to know the people that you meet at these events? Well, we have our networking groups. These are a smaller, more intimate setting where everyone gets to introduce themselves, but we also blend it with content that helps you not only connect with one another around the table, but also learn some information that's going to help you be a more effective business owner. So our Keystone Business Connections event on the first Friday of each month will continue in January. That is 2:00 p.m. to 3:00 p.m. at the Old National Bank on 96th Street, just east of Keystone Avenue. And Jamie Hopper here is our host of this event. And we have our Business First Networking event. That meets in Greenwood, Indiana at Old National Bank on State Road 135. This is by far our oldest event that we have. We inherited Business First Networking from a gentleman named Mike Crumbo, who operated it for years, and he inherited it from someone before him. And it's fun because sometimes you see people that haven't been there in a long time, and it's just interesting to see where people's careers take them as their businesses grow and they continue to thrive, or maybe they change career paths or companies. It's always fun to see how people evolve as time goes on. Our Marketing Inspiration Group, which is the third Thursday of every month at the INSPIREsmall.biz office near 56 in Keystone. This networking group has a focus on all things marketing and advertising. So each month we tackle a topic that is somehow related to how do you market your business and get your message out there without breaking the bank, because I don't know about you, but I don't have money to buy TV commercials or radio space all the time. So we have to be as effective as we can, and that's what we talk about at this group. We also have a brand new event starting in January on the west side of Indianapolis called Pathway to Connections. So this event is going to bring our networking group format out to a new area of Indianapolis that we previously have not been able to serve. And through our research over the last several months, there's not a whole lot of other networking opportunities around Speedway and the west side of Indianapolis. So our hope is that we can not only bring some of our existing audience into a new space, but also bring some new people in, because any event is more fun when you have more friends. Now, here's where it really starts to get interesting. So all of these events that we host give everyone the opportunity to come and visit, no matter who you are, no matter how long you've been in business. But we have additional value for INSPIREsmall.biz members. So these events, each month we have a workshop that is not only hosted in person, but if you can't make it to our office, you can also watch it online in real time. Each month, we're going to address a different topic related to marketing, and this is more than just telling you the top level overview of here's what matters. We're going to actually get our hands dirty and make things happen. So our workshop in January is using a resource called Data Axle. Just by a quick show of hands, who knows what Data Axle is? Okay, so not many. So I'll share with the rest of you who don't yet. If you serve other businesses, this is an invaluable tool that's going to make prospecting easier than it's ever been before for your business. And if you have a library card, you get access to this database at no cost. It's something your library already has. But so what we're going to do in this workshop is talk about how can you plug in the parameters that you want to look for in the areas you want to look, and from there, you're able to download an Excel list of the people you most want to connect with to keep your business growing. We're also introducing a brand new event next year, and thank you to John Cannon for the idea to host this, called Connect and Close. So this is a real-time, bring your laptop, bring your smartphone. We're going to sit together in a room over lunch, and we're going to talk about who do you most need to meet right now to keep your business growing. And out of that, everyone's going to comb their contacts, comb their LinkedIn, and look for those introductions to make. Not, I'll email you or I'll send you someone. Let's get you connected with them right now before you even walk out of this room. Why is that important? Well, I know I'm guilty of this. I say I can connect someone, and then I walk away from the conversation, and life happens. And I might remember later that day, I might remember next week, heck, it might slip my mind entirely. So this event is intended to make action out of things right then and there when you need it. Also, we have some collaboration events that are returning next year. Coming up in May, it's the fourth annual, that's hard to think of, fourth annual now, Race to Support Small Business that we're hosting in collaboration with TTR Networking, Jennifer Johnson, who's sitting in the back of the room right there, and Whiteboard Learning. This event is a great opportunity to get as many people into the room as we can, help them get connected with one another, enjoy some delicious snacks in a nice, relaxed networking atmosphere. We also do an event in October together. This will also be our fourth annual Tricks to Make Networking a Treat. That happens in October of next year. Both of those events will be hosted at Office Evolution in Carmel, and all of these events are completely open to everybody, no matter what business you're in, how long you've been in business, or any organizations that you're a part of. I also want to share with you, so I'm a very active member of Rotary. My home club is the Indianapolis East Rotary Club, which meets at 10th and Post. Starting July 1st next year, I will take over as district governor. And what that role is you become Rotary International's contact with the clubs in that territory. Here in central Indiana, we have 41 clubs, over 1,500 members that are part of this organization. Just like INSPIREsmall.biz, Rotary and any service organization is about making new connections. But what makes Rotary different is all of those people who get together, bring their influence, their talents, and any effort they make to leave the world a better place than they found it. Rotarians have a slogan that they use, and it's service above self. How can we all go out into the world and do something that helps other people without looking at what the benefit is to us, or even if it has a benefit? No, it's about how can we make a positive change in this world, even if it's one person's life. So over the next year, while I serve as district governor, I invite each of you as business owners to come and check out the events that we're going to do. The first one we're doing is June 13th, which is a Friday. That is our installation event and celebration. So what we're going to do, we're going to install our club's leaders and our district leaders. But to make it fun, after the fact, we're going to eat some barbecue and play some games. So make sure you join us for that. That will be at the Community Foundation of Hancock County in Greenfield, Indiana. And before I change to the next slide, over the last couple of months, I've had people ask me, hey, what's going on with your hair? And I understand it's not really an insult. It's a genuine question. Because if you've known me for any amount of time, you know I usually keep my hair pretty short and pretty neat. And lately it's been getting a little unruly and out of control, which I'll admit, now that it's getting cold, isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. But what I'm doing now, I'm approximately 5 months in without a haircut. I am not intending to cut my hair until 2026. And that's because over the next year, starting July 1st of 2025, I am attempting to raise $500,000 for the Rotary Foundation. And how am I going to do that? Well, the hair's a conversation piece, because what's going on with your hair, man? It's that opportunity to talk. Well, to make things interesting, I am committing to shaving my head if we reach that goal. But here's the great thing about it. One, you don't have to be a member of Rotary to donate. Two, starting July 1st, we are auctioning off who gets to give me the haircut. So if you have a straight blade and you have a steady hand, you should bid. If you don't have a steady hand, we're taking the blade away and you'll get clippers. But why just do things for one good cause? So I was thinking about it. How fast does human hair grow? I'm looking for an organization right now to donate the hair to. So that way, not only are we raising money for a great organization that does wonderful things right here in central Indiana and around the world, but how can we benefit someone else out there who needs it? And I know there are charities who make wigs out of human hair, who have an opportunity to make sure that a child or even an adult that is suffering has a chance. Why let anything go to waste? So that's what's going on with my hair. Next, here's an event that blends business and Rotary together directly. October 24th of every year is a day called World Polio Day. Since 1985, Rotary International has been committed to eradicating polio worldwide. And we're almost there. We've taken a couple of steps back here recently, but we're still on the right track. It's amazing to think about, because in my lifetime, polio was never something parents or children had to be worried about. For those of you more senior than I've heard stories. It was a terrifying thing to think about. It could be you, it could be your siblings, it could be your best friend. It was a terrible disease that left people in fear. And Rotary is trying to make sure that no human being on the face of the earth has to go through that. And when we achieve it, it's not if, when we achieve it, it will only be the second time in human history a disease has been eradicated from the face of the earth. So we're going to get there. And what we're going to do on October 24th of 2025, we have a campaign called End Polio Donuts. And that's where we are looking for bakeries anywhere here in the Indy area, further out, wherever there are bakeries. We're looking for bakeries that are willing to sell a purple frosted donut and donate at least 20% of those sales to Rotary's End Polio Now campaign. Why is this important? Why is purple significant? Well, in the parts of the world today where polio is still an issue, when they give a child a vaccine, they dye their pinky purple. And so that child has a purple finger until it washes clean. But that helps those workers know which children have already been vaccinated and which haven't. So if you put the frosting on the donut, it's to help symbolize that we're aware. We're going to make sure that we continue our mission to end polio worldwide. Also, this will be the second year we've hosted this event now. We've changed the name to better reflect what we're going to do next year. We are going to host a local business and handmade gifts expo in November of 2025. This event is where we will donate the vendor fees to benefit the Warren Township Council of PTAs. This year we were able to donate over $1,600 to them. I'd like to make a slight increase, but substantial. Let's bring that number up to 2,000 that we're able to raise for them next year. So there will be more details on what date we're going to host it. I really desperately wanted to have that date for you today. However, the Indiana High School Athletics Association does not publish their games calendar until next year. So we don't know how we can work around or work with events that are already going on. So make sure you stay tuned because there's going to be more information about that. So let's talk about a new award that we are starting next year. How many of you in this room have received a referral from somebody that you met at an INSPIREsmall.biz event? Okay. Now, how many of you have received more than one? Did they come from the same person? No? Well, what we're doing with this award, we are trying to identify the people that just really make things exceptional for other members. So, effective now, we are looking for nominations for members within our community for who is the INSPIReSmall.biz top connector. And it could be anyone that you've met at an INSPIReSmall.biz event. It can be anyone that's helped you get connected with that perfect prospect. Maybe someone who has shared information with you that helps you develop as a business owner. It cannot be any of our leaders or myself. It has to be someone else that you meet at the events. But we are taking nominations now through the end of February, and the winner will be announced at the Bright Ideas show in March. That person will be brought up and recognized, and we have some prizes for them that you'll see here soon.
Is that when you're shaving your head?
No. Now, if you got $500,000, we can make that shave happen anytime. So let's talk about now our magazine that will have a slight change next year. So all of this year, we published a full color magazine that was distributed at our events. And that was cool because it gave information that small business owners should know about. We talked about social media demographics. We talked about whether or not joining a chamber of commerce was still relevant. But next year, we're going to add our full printed members directory to it. So what does that mean? Well, it means every copy of the magazine you get is not only going to have those articles that help you develop as a business owner, but it's also going to have a list of any type of person you could need as you continue developing your business. There will be marketing and video and photography people. There will be branding and promotional people. There'll be mechanics. everyone who is in the INSPIREsmall.biz community is published in that magazine. So it will feature their name, their contact information, their company, and what industry they represent. And the first issue with that membership directory will become available in early January. Excuse me. To get that information in the magazine, make sure that you have your profile on INSPIREsmall.biz up to date. That is where we're pulling the information from. So make sure you log in and get that completed, because the cutoff to make this issue of the magazine is midnight tonight. Yeah? Well, why such short notice? Well, it helps make things actionable. Just like myself, I know if I have a task to do and it's days, maybe weeks away, it goes on the bottom of the pile and I forget about it and I go, I should have done that. So midnight tonight, we'll get the magazine assembled and sent off to the printer. With the holidays coming up, it'll take a little while to get that magazine back. So we have that deadline because we want the magazines ready to distribute January 2nd, which is our first event of the new year. So let's talk about membership. So these are the memberships that get you access to our members only events and get your information included in the member directory. Our entry-level membership is our side hustle, which gets you access to all of our events. Unlike many other networking organizations, our membership is all-inclusive. You join, you get access to everything. So every networking group, every connect and close, every workshop, you get access to all of it. You also get a member profile on your website where you can plug in the information about what you do and how people can get a hold of you. You also get access to our library of now over 400 videos, guides, and tutorials on a variety of topics that'll help you build your business. And for those of you who host events of your own, you get the ability to publish those events on our website. So when members go to look for events happening near them, your event shows up right in line with ours. We also have our Business Builder membership, which adds a featured member listing, and it also introduces specific categories to your business listing. So not just your top level industry, but you can pick specific categories inside that industry of what you do. And it also adds the ability for you to plug in recurring events as a single listing rather than continue to put the same event up for each occurrence. And finally, our top level membership is our local connector. That adds all of the features of our Business Builder membership, with adding your logo to the front page of our website, the ability to submit content for publication on our website and in the magazine, as well as the opportunity to collaborate with us on new networking events and events that we always look to put on. But if you sign up today, we're taking 30% off of annual membership. And that is just for the annual membership. It gives you a full year of networking and resources to help you grow your business. If you aren't already, make sure to connect with us on your favorite social media network: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, and Patreon, at INSPIREsmall.biz. So that is the end of what we're sharing as a presentation, but please continue to network. Help us finish off the water and the fruit back there so we don't have to carry it back to the car. And if this is our last time seeing each other this year, I hope you have a very happy holiday and a happy new year. And I hope that the goals you set for your business in 2025 come together. And please, I look forward to hearing from each of you about how those goals are coming. So thank you very much.